Good morning. Well, it's a glorious day. Look at the sky. It's clear. Just a few scattered clouds over there, though. We got some thunder clouds, it looks like, over there. Boy, that's good. We're at a special place here in Hokkaido, in Sapporo, at the Transportation Museum. And do we have something, a real treat here this morning? So here's just a few of the displays that we're going to be looking at. And I hope, this is going to be fun. It's just, another thing to do if you're in Sapporo. Sometimes you get to the point where you've been to a place so much that you've kind of done most of the heavy lifting, exciting places. But it's nice to visit the obscure, off the beaten path stuff. So let's go in here and have a look, and I hope you enjoy this video. Remember to give us a like it, comment, and subscribe if you can, and share it with others so that we can grow the channel. I appreciate that. Okay, here we go. We're going in. This is a streetcar. You would have used this. I'm going to do this. Ding, 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 ding. Tsugi wa Hamanomachi. Ding, ding. Ah, ohayo. Oh, ohayo gozaimasu. Densha ne. Here we got some models of different trains that were running here in the Hokkaido area. History. They got an extensive history of different types of transportation here in Hokkaido that was developed. And over here, these were badges for different types of transportation. Ohayou gozaimasu. Bye bye. Yeah. 見てね。すごいね。何年ですかこれ？これは何年だった？108年前です。108年前。Wow. 108 years old. What a beauty. 入っていいですか？はい、どうぞ。This is a 108-year-old streetcar. The wooden floors. This is the control panel here. That knobs that I was playing with over there would have been connected onto these, and you would turn them one way or another to activate the power or disengage the power. And that would have been your brake over there. これはブレーキでしょ？右の。右のブレーキね。そうそうそうそう、ハンドルがついて。でも2つがあるね。Alright, this is the explanation of the controls here by, what's your name again?
Watabe.
Watabe-san.
こっちを解除。
解除ね。
ロックを解除して、こっちのレバーを。
So there would be a lever on here you'd push up for speed and bring it back. So this was speed for the front to go forward, and then when you brought it back to this point, that would be stop. But this would be brake, power brake. So that basically zero would be neutral. Neutral, and then bring it back to start power braking with hydraulics to kind of stop the wheels. Okay.
後ろに進むとき、またこれをロックして。
Ah, so this one here, when you turned it on, it activated this control. Then you would lock it in place, go to the other end, down there, to the other end of it, and you would unlock it, and then you could control the power from that end. これは？
これは電源です。
電源。
電源装置。
電源。電源。電子上からパワーが入ってくると。はい、ここ。
電動遮断機。
電動遮断機。And you would slide this over to this side to activate the power, right? これだったらパワー出てくる？はい。
入る。
入るね。こっちは切る。切れる。 Yep, it would stop the power. And you can see, look at the wires here. I mean, pretty iffy compared to today's standards, but for that time, it was really monumental. You know, they did what they had to. But look at the lacquers and paints on this. Absolutely amazing how they did. They cared for this thing. They really put some workmanship into this, and it really shows class and a sense of charm and pride for the people, I think. All right. Can be driven from either end. What an amazing car. Let's get in here and see what it looks like. So I'm just 5'11", and you can see that, you know, there's a bit of head clearance here, so a Japanese person, I would have a hard time driving this because I can't see out. They would have been down here like this. I'm up here. So for a Japanese person, that would have been perfect. Ding, 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 ding. And then this is the brake. This is a hand brake. And this is the controller right here. Power. Oh, this is a power brake here, it says. Wow. Let's go inside the car here. Very narrow. Look at this. It's like walking back in time. So nostalgic. Look at that. The view here. And imagine, no air conditioning in this car 108 years ago. But the windows can open down, they would slide down. Actually, there's 2 layers to this. These are permanently moved down, but this would be able to be removed, it looks like. And then they could open the other slot down, or they could close it up, depending on the weather and the needs. But the craftsmanship in here is exquisite. All wood. So you can imagine as this thing went down the tracks, how creaky it would have been. You know, noisy, but still exquisite. I mean, amazing. I'm a history buff, got my degree in history, so forgive me for diving in. I kind of see things as it might have been in the past. Now add to this, people wearing, you know, different clothes. Maybe some woman sitting there in a kimono, with a guy over here with, you know, his shorts and his top and his geisha shoes, you know, the wooden shoes. So all of that combined in here. Oh, I love the fact they've got these little shadows on this thing here going on, showing you what it would look like. So people would have sat, and people would have held on to these loops up here too, these. So there were people standing here. So that could have added to the heat in the summer, made it a lot more uncomfortable, but what an amazing, I would have loved to have ridden this car. This would have been amazing. Amazing. Absolutely love it. 大好きです。大丈夫です。これは大好き。
可愛くて私も好きです。
Look, notice on the floor here, the lines. That would tell you which line on the tracks you were wanting to take. And there would be a chart up that would show you these lines, and on that it would show you the stops where you could get off. Very organized and set up in a way that is just absolutely, you can't mistake. You can't make a mistake because it's too good. Okay. お名前は何だった？
渡部です。
Watabe-san, I'm going to have Watabe-san here. She's a staff worker. She's going to explain a little bit about this in Japanese, and then we'll translate it afterwards. But I'm not going to show her face because she's not wanting that. But let's hear what it says. どうぞ。大きい声で。
108年前に札幌で一番最初に走った路面電車です。屋根がダブルルーフといって明かりが中によく入るようになっている。
まだ
と運転席にドアがないので冬は寒かったと思います。
寒かったね。
寒かったと思います。
暑かったもう夏は。
まだその頃の札幌はそんなに暑くなかった。今より涼しかった。
そう。
ただ冬はとても寒かったと思います。
何時間ぐらいはね、運転手と人は働きまし
2
た。
時間ぐらい。
2時間それから変わりましたね。
はい。だけど当時の札幌では花形の職業、エリート
そうそうそう
運転手さん。
これは街の中だけでしょ。
そうですそうです。
Yeah. OK ありがとうございます。どうも。
あとは館長に聞いてください。
OK 館長。館長さん。スミスと申します。すみません。よろしくお願いします。横須賀から来ました。
おお、
ね、神奈川。
神奈川。
YouTube やってます私。
あ、そうなん。
大丈夫です。これは歴史的なことは大好きだからね。日本の文化とか歴史とかね、何でも日本のことに対して皆さんに紹介してます。私は普通に自転車であちこちに遠いところまで。
すごいですね。
すみません。暇人だからね、仕事終わったからね、2回リタイアした。
あ、そうなんです。
そうです。でも貧乏です。だからね、とにかくこのことについて説明できますか？
はい。いや、まあ、日本語で
名前は何ですか？
中山っていう。
中山さんです。顔を説明できますか？
これ音図鑑って言いますね。地下鉄の南北線、まあ東西線で、あとは東方線、で市電の駅名、が入ってる部分で、一応ホーム、もしくは車両の中で、アナウンスされているものがここで聞けますよ。
あ、そうですか。
はい。押してみてください。
どうぞ。OK。じゃあこれ。丸山公園。
まもなく丸山公園。降り口は左側です。
Wow, that's so nice.
列車の中で聞いたことないです。
That's the sounds that you would hear when you were coming to a different stop. でこれは北に24条。
The next station is 北24条。
英語でね。
英語で。
Yeah.
いろんなのがホームとか車内で。
This is Odori, where we usually go through. This is one of the places that I like to go because it has a nice antique shop there.
次は大通り。降り口は左側に変わります。
Notice that there are 3 Odori ones here because there are 3 lines that intersect at that station. So we have that
降り
one.
る方が済むまでドアの前は広く開けてお待ちください。
And this one.
まもなく大通り。降り口は左側です。
Okay. And we're looking at different models here of the different time periods. And we can see, これは全部入ってるここ。
これが一番初めの試験車ですね。地下鉄の一番初めの列車です。
それはタイヤみたいね。見える、これは違うね。
違い。
So this one had regular looking wheels on it.
ゴムタイヤですね。
ゴムタイヤ。Yeah. Okay.
で、これはもう自然なので、ストリートカーナー。
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Control ね。
で、地下鉄、バス、電車。
So this is for the Chikatetsu, which is the streetcars.
地下鉄で、ストリートカー、電車、
Yeah.
バス
Bus ね。
のもの、部品。
Yeah. Buses play a big part in the transportation of people around this city. Wow. Okay, ありがとう。じゃあこっちに行きます。よろしくお願いいたします。バイバイ。We'll go through here. This is what you go through to get into the train station. Beep. Buy your tickets there. Oh, we got a stamp. We got a stamp. Sumimasen. Ah, doko? Ah, arigatou. Doko ni? Iriguchi. We're gonna go back over here and get our stamp. So. Look at that. あっちにある? Look at this. We got a pamphlet for stamps. Yosh. So we put it up here like this. Fancy in the slot. Look at that. Now we can take this, and you can't mistake it because it's got sides on that to hold it in place. And then we just push it down. どうした?
OK
大丈夫? Oh, it's going to fill it in on the other ones.
はい
Every stamp is going to change it. Two stamps. Look at that. We got part of it. Now we got to go over here. Wow, that's fancy. I like this. Very interactive. By the way, this place is completely free. Yeah, you heard me. I said free. Murio. Sugoi ne. Not many places left you can go that are free. Here we go. Second stamp to fill this in. The before and the after. Wow! Wow! Look at that.
はい
Now we got.
Number 3
Oh, we got a number 3 now. Kochi. I'm excited. ねえ、何歳と思う?
誰
僕。
68
No! 59。59何歳?
63
Ah, okay. 若いね。
若くない
Here we go. Now we're going to put the third one in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And there it is. Look at that. Transformed it all the way. またあるね. Here we go. Yay! やりました? Oh, that's what it turns into. Spoiler alert. ありがとう. We're going to do that. Put it in here like this. ありがとうございます. Stick this in here like this. And 1, 2, 3, here we go. Oh! We have more. Mataru? Mataru, 5. Oh, look at this. Helmets and things. This is the city map. Fantastic. Fantastic. You got to get to know the cities and how they work and how they interact. It's amazing. Okay. Wow! Look at that. We got a denshadori. Sige. Motte. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Arigatou gozaimashita.
ありがとうございます
手伝いしました。ありがと
楽しい。
う。Yeah. これからどこに行ったらいい？
あと、
まっすぐ？
屋外。
ありがとうございます。
はい
どうも。Thank you. おー、何これ？何これ？やって。ピンピンピン。おー、早い早い。おー、look。早く行ってるよ。He's driving the train. これは？これは？ディンディンディンディンディンディン。Look at that. すごい。頑張ってね。All right, here we go, down here. Very interactive for the children. Outdoor exhibition. We went outside for a minute. Where are we supposed to go? Oh, あっちかな? Okay, we can walk around and see these other trains in real life. Look at these. Big trains. Dinshas. Oh, sige! Hi, hi! We can climb up in them here. Let's see what they look like. Let's step back in time for a little bit here. Wooden floors, chrome bars to hold it. Pull up in. This would have been, oh, this is interesting. What was this here for? I don't understand. That's an interesting one. I've never seen one of those before. But it's got a seat there, so there was something there probably for a secondary driver or something. Yeah. Look at this, the driver's seat. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go down here. Bye-bye. Every little kid loves a train. And even some of the adults like me like a good train. These floors are absolutely amazing. The benches. History. History. So a little bit of history about my family. So my father is from a place called Boonesboro, Maryland, in the United States. And Boonesboro had a streetcar line there too. And I have a relative, a grandfather, that used to drive those trains. Grandfather, great-grandfather, and some other family members that used to, uncles and whatnot, that used to drive that train. Similar to that kind of a device right there, the handle, ting, 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 ting. Yeah. But the sad part is that there was a lot of brass shavings that came off of that. And so he'd eat his lunch, his hands would be covered in black copper brass shavings. And so he didn't get much time for lunch, so he would eat his sandwiches as he was driving. Unfortunately, we think that might have caused some of his health issues, which eventually took his life at a very young age. But yeah, a little history about my family. Look at that car, number 8. That's, oh, that was a sweeper. It probably took care of the snow. These are sweeper cars, fantastic. Look at that, and marked up so that people didn't miss them, you know, they could see it. This one, look at the engine in that one. Absolutely amazing. Can we go around and get into that one? Let's see. Can't get in that one. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. But that one is absolutely amazing. It's all wood on the outside. Look at this. All wood. Completely wood. All of it. And that thing took a beating. It's on a frame, a steel frame. Wood compartment up there. Let's put this up and see if you can see in. Hopefully you can see in. Ding, 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 ding. Look at the light up there. Isn't that crazy? And then, yeah, they got this mechanism down here that turned that wheel. Look at that. So that it turned that wheel so it could sweep the streets of snow and other debris. Keep those tracks open for the streetcars to run. And believe me, Sapporo gets a lot of snow and it gets butt cold. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say butt, but it was butt cold. It does get butt cold. I'm walking on this side of it to give you a view of that from outside because I can't get in. I'm watching for snakes though, yeah, I don't like snakes. You know that about me. Okay, here's another one. This one's a little different. It's got something that it lowers down there. It's a plow. Electric snow removal car. This is another version of that one back there. Actually, it looks like the same kind of a thing here. Built the same way with the sides and the color scheme and all of that. So I'm assuming this one was working alongside of that one. Amazing. I'm gonna get right up here so we can maybe see a little bit inside. I don't know how much you can see because the windows are a bit dirty. We'll try. There we go. Look at that. Come over here. See if you can see inside. Then we got this one over here. This is pretty cool. Look at that big window. One wiper blade. Pretty cool. Amazing. Amazing. The inventions of mankind. Crazy. I'm going to stick this down underneath here so you can see a little bit of what it looks like underneath. Where the metal hits the metal. 2-axle boogie electric streetcar, half steel. What that means, half steel. Crazy, look at that, I love it. Look at that. Again, driven from both ends. Street light on there, the headlight, 601 car. Look how narrow it is too, my golly, that is narrow. The tracks look a little wider than now. Maybe not, but look a little bit like that, but wider than they are now, I think, on the street. I'm not sure, I have to check, but I've never seen tracks that were that wide, but very narrow streetcar. You get the side view of it, so you can kind of side, 3/4, 2/4 view, or whatever, 3/4 view. Look at that. And of course, the thing on top there runs along the edge of the wires that give the electricity, so that that's how that's power. That's how that's power. Hey, coming on down here. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, is he okay? Alright, a little more modern. Boy, this looks something more like it's 70s or some 50s, 60s, 70s. Oh, this is the one they was talking about that was one of the first ones with the wheels. The tires. I gotta be honest, this is not one of my favorites, but it's interesting. You know, the tire concept. But that would have taken a lot of maintenance. You'd have to change those tires. Whereas the metal wheels on the rails, they last a lot longer. This is quite futuristic the way it's built there with the rounded windows. And, oh yeah. A little bit of aerodynamics on there so that it can go a little faster. Yeah, they were thinking there. Some thinkers. And then we have this one up here. This looks like a bulletproof beast, something that a SWAT team would use. This is crazy looking. Look at this thing. Armor-piercing looking car. I'm sure it's not, but you know, kind of squarish on the corners and modern at the same time and beefy looking with the tracks, almost military looking. Look at that. Big, beefy. Check out those axles. You can see the inside of the rover. Yeah. There you go. The front. Very square-ish. Now, that windshield wiper needs to be changed though. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. Oh, there's the end of that one. Okay. Walking back now. This is the first car for practical use in Namboku Line. All right, we're back down here where we started from, almost to the beginning of where we started. I think we got a few more down here that we haven't looked at yet. But let's just take one last gander at these as we pass by them, and then we can re-engage with something new. Really nice that they have these here for the families and kids and people to come and see and be reminded of where the transportation of Sapporo or Hokkaido started from. You know, what we have today is much different. Okay, so I can go around here. Well, no. I think I missed something. Hold on, ちょっと待って。これは何ですか？
地下鉄を札幌で走らせれるかどうか試しに作った車両です。バスを改造して作りました。
わお。広いね。
はい。
両方から運転できた。
はい、そうです。
入ることはできますか？
入ることはできないんです。
じゃあこれはこうしてあっちから見える。
タイヤの様子を見てください。
はい。Wow. I don't know what you can see in there. We'll see later. Oh, really dirty. Not seeing anything in there. Look at this thing. What's up inside there, though? We can't see how much stand on this thing. Can you see anything in there? Hopefully we can get a good shot of whatever it is. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
横向きについてる
これでしょ？
はい、案内地図を。
Just talking about these down here.
このタイヤで線路についてる
Okay.
案内機場という板を挟んで進みます。
Oh. だから滑れないよ。
はい、で勾配があるのと駅と駅の間が札幌は近いので、ゴムタイヤを使っています。
わあ。でも今はね、これは全然使わない。こういうふうにある？
これは、実際営業が始まってからはもう返事してる。
はい、わかりました。Rapid Transit Fourth Experimental Car, Suzuka Kake. And I'll do a little translation on that for you later, okay? Cool. Well, look, this place may or may not be for everybody, but I think it's interesting and it's important to the history of Hokkaido, the Shokoko.
Yes,
Hokkaido. And, you know, if you got time or you've been to Sapporo several times and you're running out of things to do, this may be an option for you to come and see it. Check it out. You know, if nothing else, you get to at least do the 5-step stamping. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share it with your friends. Until next time, John. 走れ走れ。よし、頑張って走れ。He's driving the train. 気をつけて見て、ちゃんと見てね。Whoa, whoa, 早い早い。Oh, it's fast, too fast, too fast. 人がいるよ。待ってるよ、止まって。よし、よくできました。すごいね、これ。This is a cool bus. Look at that. Oh, hello. すごいね。運転するの？おお。これギアシフトね。すげえ。Wow. This was a great looking bus. ねえ。 That's a cool bus. Look at that. Fantastic. 402. And this one here looks pretty impressive too. I think this was an ambulance. Wow, look at that. Turquoise, I think. Ah, wow. History here. Left with the passing of time. Progress moves forward. Thank you for watching. Fantastic.